Hi Yogi, welcome to your practice. My name is Alan. This is Yin Yoga. For today's practice, we talk about your sacral and your solar plexus chakra. So I'm wearing some mustard and red orange um, to express the chakras that we will tackle in this yin yoga flow. When it comes to your sacral chakra, it's all about, fertility. It boils down to creativity, how you express yourself, and how you are when it comes to um, your self-expression. Maybe what you project to the world, how you present yourself. That's how you go about when it comes to your sacral chakra. For your solar plexus, that's the area right under your navel, or maybe right under your breastplate. That would mean your gut feel, when it comes to your intuition, how you feel on how to deal with others, and that feeling of nervousness, that anxiety, doesn't only mean that there's poor root chakra, but maybe as well as the solar plexus, that you keep on having this self-doubt, that limiting belief. And we hope that with this flow for the next 30 minutes, we'll try to accomplish and touch base to those chakras, your sacral and your solar plexus chakra. So go ahead when you're ready. We'll begin with a square, meaning to say we're gonna stack your legs. So let's start with our right leg under. So placing your right foot under your left knee, and then right knee right under your left foot. And sometimes for some, one leg is hanging, you may place a block in between to assist you and allow you to have access. Or if you can, then maybe just hold on as you press down, or just place your hands on top of them gently. We'll stay here for a while and then we'll switch legs. Allow yourself to feel that squaring of the hips, and literally you can really feel it. You can feel on a physical level the tension coming from the back, from your outer thigh, all the way towards your knees. So try to observe that. You may gaze downwards and settle down, and allow your breath to be your guide, inhaling and exhaling to your nose. And you may adjust your knees, your feet, perhaps even your legs accordingly if you needed to adjust. If there's that feeling of hanging sensation around your knees or maybe around your hips, then do so accordingly. And like I said, if you need to pull down the top knee towards the bottom foot, then go ahead. You may roll a towel or place a blanket or a block in between your legs. You will notice that as time goes by, you can feel that deep release of your connective tissues, your muscles, and your ligaments. We'll stay here for another minute and then we'll switch legs. Allow yourself to just stay and let your breath be your guide. Slowly release the stacking. We're gonna shift and change the legs. This time we'll have our right leg over and our left leg under. So stack your left foot under your right knee, your left knee under your right foot. Go ahead. Replace your hands on top of your top leg. And we're gonna stay here again for another 2 to 3 minutes. And I would ask you not to really force the top knee as you push it down. Instead, try to place a block or a towel, a rolled blanket if you may, and place it in between your legs for you to gain access. That would help the internal tension, as you can already feel at this point your hips and your knees. That feeling of hanging, but not to the point of impingement, meaning to say there's already pins and needles surrounding the joint or throbbing all throughout the limb. If that is the case, then you might step back and join us again later. In the meantime, you can really feel your both hip bones are pressing down, and this encourages the portion of your sacral and solar plexus chakras. On your next inhale, begin to untangle, removing the bind or the stacking of your legs. What we're gonna do next is we're gonna spin or set your legs aside. And we'll meet in your tabletop, stacking your wrists under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. And try to stay here for a while, regaining your composure from that stacking of your legs. When you're ready, begin to bring your knees as wide as the mat, with your toes pointing to the opposite sides of your mat. We're gonna walk down on our elbows, and from here, your option is to stay or place a bolster or a pillow under your belly to add support, or if you can, maybe you're gonna drop your hips, your belly on the ground, and you're gonna press down on your chest on the floor, staying here for a while. Either you're gonna stay in this position, or you're gonna place your elbows under your shoulders, and we'll be here on a frog pose for a while. For some of you with narrow hip openings, then a towel or a bolster would definitely be a good support to be able to avoid any hanging sensation around the hips. You may spread your legs a little bit more if you like, or if that is already the limit, then just stay. Slowly on your next inhale, you're gonna pull your legs back to center. Maybe your feet are together, maybe they are slightly apart. So have your quads, your knees, the tops or your shins, and the tops of your feet to stay on the floor. On your next inhale, you're gonna extend your arms as you press your hips down on your mat. Keep extending your arms forward until you can feel that pressing. And this would be your seal pose. One last breath. Slowly exhale, dropping one elbow at a time. Begin to curl your toes under. Walk your hands under your shoulders. We're gonna press ourselves up back to the tabletop. So stacking your wrists under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. And again, try to let go of any tension on your tabletop. Now from here, instead of our typical child's pose, what we will do on vinyasa is your puppy pose. This is called also the melting heart pose. And while it targets not just your solar plexus chakra, it also touches your heart. But the pulling of your hip bone all towards the sky, that would help to activate the sacral chakra as well. When you're ready, begin to walk your hands forward, and then slowly you're gonna pull your hips to the back until you can drop your elbows followed by your chin on the floor. And you'll notice your hips are right above your knees. We're gonna stay here with our chin on the floor, elbows on the floor, and stay here for a while. Slowly inhale, look forward. You're gonna walk your hands under your shoulders and press yourself up back to your tabletop, and try to wiggle your hips side to side, releasing the tension. When you're ready, you're gonna sweep your legs under, and we're gonna lie down this time. The first one will be a supported bridge. So planting your heels on the floor, bending your knees. You're gonna lie down on your back, And when you're ready, grab a block and place it on its mid-height, lifting your hips, and then placing right under your hips. At this point, try to notice that this is a bit high already. So go ahead, adjust your shoulders accordingly, your feet as well. You may spread your feet wider than your hips, maybe shoulder width apart. So try to notice if there is a little bit of uncomfort or discomfort rather with this supported bridge. Maybe you may roll a towel or a blanket and place it in between your hips and your block to avoid any sharp edges from the block, or maybe that sharp push coming from below. But this also helps to activate your sacral and your sacral chakra. Stay here. Now slowly plant your palms on the ground. You're gonna lift your hips up, remove the block underneath, set it aside, and then slowly you're gonna drop your hips on the floor. Now create a cactus with your arms, with your palms facing towards the ceiling. Make sure to have your shoulders planted on the ground. And when you're ready, you're gonna pull your knees towards your chest. On your next inhale, you let your knees fall to one side. You'll start with your right side. And at this point, try to notice if the left shoulder is being lifted. Try to pull it back to the ground and stay. If this is too much, meaning you can really feel that stretch coming from your armpit all the way to your waist, then do so. Maybe pull your knees upwards towards the right armpit to release any tension, those unnecessary stretch. But if you feel that you needed that deep stretch, then do so, then stay. Slowly inhale, come back to center, lifting your knees, and then this time you're gonna let your knees fall to the left side this time. So stacking your knees on top of each other and try to pull again, this time your right shoulder on the mat. You can really feel that deep stretch coming from the chest all the way to your right shoulder. Now you may look at the same direction where the knees are. Maybe you can see that you're gazing at the ceiling, that's okay. Or maybe you're gazing at the opposite direction, your right shoulder, that is also okay. There's nothing wrong or right when it comes to the direction of your gaze. On your next inhale, let's come back to the center. We're gonna extend our legs one leg at a time, and then extending our arms downwards with your palms facing upwards. Begin to adjust your clothing. Create those micro adjustments with your body. When you're ready, you may close your eyes, and we're gonna stay here for the next few minutes, and then we will end our flow. That feeling of self-doubt, that feeling of being unworthy, that feeling of not being able to perform, that would mean a weak or uncontrolled sacral and solar plexus chakras. And in this case, with these poses, hopefully this will attune and help you be aligned with these chakras for you to be able to perform, to create, to trust, and to feel secure with yourself. Now slowly bend your knees and plant your feet on the floor. Begin to roll onto one side with the closest arm extended. When you're ready, begin to push yourself up and sit back on your Sukhasana, your easy seated pose. And placing your hands on your lap, begin to relax yourself. Allow yourself to stay grounded. Now, on your inhale, try to press down on your tailbone. So pressing the muscle against your mat. So that would feel as if your butt cheeks are squeezing and then trying to press down on your mat. So try that on inhale, releasing on exhale. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, squeezing inside, then exhale. Last one here, inhale. So you can feel as well the activation and the engagement of your belly, your abdominal wall, and slowly exhale. Placing your hands together. Thank you so much for flowing with me again today. I hope to see you again tomorrow as we complete our chakras.